Glutes, it's me, Andy Chadwick, here with the ETA, and today we're talking about the 2 tips that you can do to unlock your hips that can give you more power in your golf swing. Now when we talk about the hips in the golf swing, we obviously have a rotational aspect, but there's a couple of other things that are going on and we may not have considered them quite yet that are affected by everyday life. And so the first thing we want to look at with our golf swing, everyone knows about rotation. But there's another thing that's going on with our golf swing as the hips rotate through the impact position and into our through swing, and it's hip extension. And so if I show you from this angle here, I get to the top, I'm in a flex position with my hips, and now as I start my downswing, I'm actually extending my hips towards the target. And so extension is simply where we go from that flex position to that extended position. Now the other thing that's happening here with that rotation, there's a lot more pressure through that left hip. So as I drive into my impact position, you can see I'm extending through the hips, and there's a lot more emphasis on that left side as I drive my right hip through. And so the problem is, when we're tight through the front of the hip, we can really be affected by not being able to rotate properly and clear the hips and fully extend towards the target, thus leaving us with the inability to produce more power. So, 2 exercises that you can do to help lengthen and strengthen both the hip flexors and the glutes. We want to get those glutes firing in the golf swing. The first thing you can do is a couch stretch. Couch stretch, yes, you can do this on the couch. We are going to be going onto one knee, foot onto the couch or onto a chair. We're trying to get that nice extension position from that knee through the hip up to the shoulder. Okay, we're going to hold that for about 60 seconds and then get both sides. Again, we're here, we've got nice length through that knee, hip, up to the shoulder. If I want to advance this, I can reach on up and lean across, really get that stretch through the hip. But here's a great start position. Now many of you may struggle with this position and get that full length. Don't worry, place your hands on the ground, try and push the hip down, start here, progress up, and then come up into that top position. Finally, we're going to go into a single leg glute bridge. We're going to lie on our back, feet flat on the floor. We're going to go ahead and bring one knee in. We can hug that knee. From here, when we hug that knee, we push on up. Look, notice, that is the hip extension we're looking for right there. To squeeze the glute, get that hamstring working on that hip extension, up and back down. So with this exercise, I would recommend 3 sets, 10 to 15 reps. That is going to be a great way of switching on your glutes and your hamstrings after doing your couch stretch, opening out those hips, about 2 sets, 60 seconds on each side. There's your 2 tips to unlock your hips, strengthen up the glutes and the hamstrings, and have you hitting that ball further. Go ahead and subscribe, like the post, share the content with someone who may need this, and I'll see you all next week.